person of interest is how you separate yourself from everybody else. You're not in the field, you are the field. Right? You're not one of the best, you are the best. You are the most known. Most people are selling a commodity.
Rates?
Yeah. Most people are selling something that I think in my mind I can get anywhere. I can get a mortgage anywhere. I can get insurance anywhere. I can get, right? And the world has become incredibly commoditized. Okay? So I don't know how good you are. I don't know why I should come to you versus somebody else. I don't know what makes you different than other people. I don't know the success you've had until you tell me. Right? Until you explain your value to me. Okay? The person who invented the concept of the explanation of service was actually in my coaching program, and he actually read a book I wrote called Person of Interest. And person of interest is how you separate yourself from everybody else. You're not in the field, you are the field. Right? You're not one of the best, you are the best. You are the most known. You are the person of interest. When people think about what you do for a living, the only person they think of is you. Does that make sense? Yes. Now, we live here, I live here in Murfreesboro, between Murfreesboro and Franklin, and if you went out somewhere in Murfreesboro and said, man, I'm looking for a business coach, there's probably nobody in this area that has more brand recognition than I do. Okay, now as we start getting bigger, you start getting to Nashville, and you start getting to the South, and you start getting to national, and then you start getting international. You're going to hear Grant Cardone because he's more famous than I am. He's more known than I am. You're going to hear Tony Robbins because they're more famous and they're more known than I am, okay? But what if somebody calls today and says, I'm looking at you and you and you, and I'm looking at different people, right? And I've got to be able to say, this is what I believe, this is why I believe it, this is what I would do, this is how I would do it different than them. These are people I have done it for, and if I could do this for you, what would stop us from moving forward? So the person in our coaching program read the book Person of Interest, and he said, man, I want to become a person of interest. I want to quit selling insurance, and I want to start selling a strategy. It's a very important thing. I want to quit selling a commodity that people can get anywhere, and I want to become known in the space. And he said, I have to find a better way to explain my value. Right? How many of you feel like you're underpaid? Be honest. How many of you feel like you're underpaid? Nobody in this room feels like they're underpaid? For the love of God, folks.
We're always.
I'm underpaid. Yes. Everybody's underpaid.
Where's my manager?
I know.
Now, but here's the deal. No, here's my point. Your manager ain't paying you. The market is paying you. The Colton Mortgage people, Colton Mortgage isn't paying you. The market is paying you. Every car you've ever driven, every house you've ever lived in, every vacation you've ever taken, folks, it was paid for by the customers, by the clients. The better you are, the market's going to reward you in the form of love and money and recognition and referrals and reputation and ultimately money. So when I ask people, are they underpaid? I'm like, well, whose fault's that? It's your fault. Because the market's paying you exactly what you are putting out to the market right now. If you want to make more money, then you need to get better. Right or wrong?
Right.
Because if we're selling mortgages, right, there's somebody out there selling $200 million of mortgages. So the market's saying, well, that dude's doing $200 million, so somebody's doing it. So what is different about that dude or that person? Maybe they're better at explaining their value than you are. So this guy comes back to me, he's in our coaching program, and he's like, man, I'm kind of toying around with this concept called the explanation of service, the EOS. And he said, man, it's based on this framework that I've created. He read a book called, Simon Sinek's Start With Why. He read Person of Interest, and he read The Challenger Sale. And those are 3 books he read together, and he came up with the formula. And we went to a little tiny cheap cabin on the lake, and we spent half a day working on this concept, and within 3 or 4 hours, I had an explanation of service. Because here's the truth. You already know what you believe. Right? You already kind of know what you believe. You may not know why you believe it. You may not know what it is you really do. You may not know how you do it different than other people. But when we go through this exercise today, the objective is you are no longer selling a commodity. You are selling a set of beliefs. You are selling a set of convictions. You are selling, okay? And people that want to do business with you basically are saying what? I believe the same things you do. I believe there's a difference between a house and a home. I believe a house is made up of sticks and bricks, and a home is made up of memories. I believe every person deserves the right to have a professional represent them when they buy, sell, build, or finance real estate versus some part-time amateur. I believe if you call this the American dream, it shouldn't become the American nightmare. So look how clear I am in my beliefs. I don't even sell mortgages, folks. Right? I believe everybody needs a coach in life. I believe those that have a coach earn 3 and 4 times the amount of money than those that don't. I believe every major player in the world who's ever done anything had a coach. Okay? I believe you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. I believe in attracting business versus chasing it. I believe in showing up early and staying late, not showing up late and leaving early. I believe in always going more than what you're compensated for. I believe when a man asks you to go 1 mile, you should go 2. I could do this for 3 hours. Because I have trained my brain to share with you my beliefs in the form of belief statements. So before I tell you, I always say, I believe this, I believe this, I believe this, I believe this. Why would I do that? Yeah, because people don't care what you do, man. And I don't even think they really care why you do it, by the way. Okay, so I actually fundamentally disagree with Start With Why with Simon Sinek's book. I don't care why you do what you do. Does it matter that I wrote the book Person of Interest because my dad was never involved in my life and he didn't know me and he didn't hug me and he didn't tell me he loved me and he never showed up at any baseball game? Does it really matter? All I know is the output of that is I wrote a book called Person of Interest about becoming known. It don't really matter why I did it. You don't care why I did it. What you care about is how it can help you, right? I do believe, though, that people do business with other people that believe the same things they do. Okay? I gravitate toward people that I line up with. I can watch an Instagram post and go, I don't believe that. I can listen to a politician and go, I don't believe that. I can listen to a leader and go, I'm out. I can watch a person's behavior and go, I'm not interested in them. Or I can watch a person and go, you know what? I believe the same things they do. Right? And when I believe the same things they do, guess what I do? I move toward them. I gravitate toward them. So when he came back and he shared with me this, and I went to the woods and I worked on this for a day, I had 6 sales appointments the next day. And I had been selling my coaching programs like this. I'm a coach. I've been a great coach. I've won championships. I've written books, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling people, we got a coaching program and you need to be in the coaching program. And I had 6 sales appointments the next day, and I sat down with all 6 people. This is back in the days you met everybody face to face. And I sat down face to face and I said, I believe a monster producer is a legendary creature that combines multiple skill sets to dominate a market. Because of that belief, I've created one of the most dynamic coaching programs in the world with other like-minded people in an environment of exchange where there's systematic rhythm that can help you potentially get as much as a 40 to 50% increase in a 1-year cycle. And I've been able to do this for these people. If I could do it for you, what would stop you from getting started? You know what they said? I'm in. And I was like, this works. Like, this explanation of service works. And I called the dude and I closed 5 out of 6 people the next day. All because I changed the way I shared it. All because I quit selling coaching and I started selling my beliefs. You see the difference here? So if you're watching this and you've been selling a commodity, no matter what that commodity is, the commodity is, man, I just think I can get what you have anywhere. Okay, when 2 opinions are the same, one of those opinions is unnecessary. Like, I don't need you. If it comes to rate, if all I'm going to do is shop rate, what if you're more expensive than other people? What are you then? You're screwed because you can't explain your value. So what we're going to work on today is we're going to teach you how a world-class person explains their value. Okay? But we're going to start with an exercise. And the exercise is going to be, I want you to look at the person beside you. I want you to ask them a simple question. And if you're online watching, I want you to answer this question. What do you do for a living? I want you to tell them what you think you currently do for a living. I want you to ask the person, what do you do?